guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 8 of Bali United, and today we have a big game because we have the second leg of our ASEAN Zone final against home. We drew 2-2 away at their place, so we've got to be a decent chance here to try and knock ourselves into the next round of that competition where we go into Interzone and play other teams from other parts of Asia, so that'll be exciting. And then we have a game against Persebaya in the league. They're 13th right now, but they are a decent enough team, so that's going to be an important one for us to win. But before we get to that, let's have a quick look at how we did against PSMS in the second leg of the Indonesian Cup first round. We fell behind early thanks to some ball-watching defenders, but Boaz tied it up immediately with a great volley from a Kayami cross. Haryadi gave us the lead with a powerful shot from the edge of the area and secured our progression into the next round in the second half, finishing well after some great build-up play again from Kayami. So there you go, we did get ourselves into the hat for the next round. It was a much improved performance. It was a bit of a stronger team we put out as well, to be honest. But Boaz got a goal. Haryadi got 2 after we fell behind very early. But you can see there, we just about deserved it. We had the more of the shots. That we had the better players. So it was a good solid performance. I was quite happy. Not that the cup isn't considered to be important by the board. Not important, it says right there, but it was you know, it's still, you still want to try and win things, don't you? So there we go, we're through in that, and this is a quick refresher of the league table. We're 3 points up ahead of PS Tira, though we do have a game in hand, but that game in hand is against PSM. There's a lot of P's. I don't understand why so many teams start with P. Anyway, that's our game in hand, so we don't necessarily want to rely too much on that because PSM is a good team. But that's not what we're worried about right now. Right now, we're all about home United in this cup game. Now we know what we've played them 3 times already this year, so we know what to expect from them. They're a balanced passing team, and that we don't have data analysis, do we? So there's no point looking at an analysis report. And this is the team we're sending at. Now, if you remember in the first leg, when we went like this, we looked a lot better. So that's the way we're going to play. So Remus in goal, Fajran, Kayo, Pacheco, and Adsid as a back 4. Nuri and Lillipali in midfield. Maliafeni, Melvin, and Haryadi as the middle 3 with Boaz up top. We have been able to re-register the team. It's a very strange time to be able to re-register your team sort of halfway through a tie, but we've been able to do that, which is why we have a much stronger team out now. So Spasiajevic goes on the bench. Kayami is on the bench as well for this one. Siswanto's on the bench. A much stronger team. And if you do remember from last episode, Paulo Sergio is out for up to about a month. So that's why we don't see him. But the good thing is, having been able to re-register the squad, we should just about be able to cope without him. So they are playing 4-4-2 as they have done, I think, the other times you've played them. Because we've got to remember too, Haryadi is more natural on the right. So although it looks like we just have Maliafeni, because we can move Haryadi over, it kind of works out. Expected to achieve a certain result here. I'm going to say it's just going to be just relax, boys. Just relax, go out there. Just, you know, you've done the hard stuff. You've got your 2 away goals. Just go out there and play well, boys. Just go out there and play well. We are still sitting, we've got a high line, but compact together. The lines are close together to try and stop them playing through us. And by doing that, we should be able to have a number 10 because our midfield duo, Lillipali and Nuri, should be sitting relatively close to the back 4. Anyway, and Pacheco gives us an early lead. 4th goal of the year for him. He started like a house on fire with goals, didn't he? He hasn't got many lately, but he's got one there. We'll tell him to concentrate, and that is the perfect start, isn't it? 3 minutes in, Maliafeni with the corner, Pacheco's there, good header, and the home defence had no idea how to deal with that. That was too good for them. All right, let's keep our heads here, boys, and we've got ourselves into the round, a hat for the next round. We are, of course, expected by the board to win the competition this year, which is not the easiest thing coming straight in. But I think on our day, we're a really good team at this level anyway. We're a really good team. It's just we seem to have moments of forgetting how to defend. And those are the moments that worry me, to be honest. So, yeah, but a bit of a snooze fest so far. They have had a lot more of the ball, but for a passing team, you might expect them to do that. It's what they're doing with the possession, and to be honest, it's not that we've done much. The one highlight, a bit of a snooze fest of a first half. We haven't been great there, but they've arguably been even worse. So there we go. It's going to have to be an assertive, don't get complacent, I think, isn't it? Don't look at the scoreboard. Just pick up where you've left off. We've got a stressed out looking Kayo. That's not ideal if we're honest with ourselves. A nervous left back. There we go. Don't be nervous, mate. Just go out there and do your thing. We've got a couple of other guys here in midfield that aren't doing too well. Nuri is a little bit... He's one of those guys you almost wonder when you see like the really good European players that go off and play in MLS and they just don't really lift their weight. Nuri kind of reminds me of he's like an Asian version of that. Of course, he should be the best player in this league by an absolute mile, but he just doesn't seem to be playing as we would expect him to. Here we go with Nuri now. That said, he has scored a few goals lately, so it's not, he's not horrible, but I just feel like for someone that should be able to sit in there and just direct games. Oh, Morty's back. Melvin! Oh, off the crossbar. All right, come on, Morty. All right, just destroy the microphone. Hopefully everything's still working. And we'll get the cat set. All right. Our lucky charm is here. Please don't bite my hand, Morty. That really, really hurts. All right, come on, boys. Let's wait for this highlight. Then we might demand a bit more. Lily Pally. Now, of course, we've got to remember we have the away goal. So if they were to score 1, get back to 1-1, we would still have the lead. So obviously we don't want that because then, if they were to score again, we'd be in some trouble. Here we go with Melvin. Melvin sticks it in. It's his 6th of the year. Boaz with the assist. And that is excellent, excellent stuff. This is our first look at Boaz. I think it is, isn't it, on the channel? You've obviously seen him in the highlights or in the recaps, but first time we've seen Boaz, and this is what he can do. Mentally he's a very good player, creatively passing as well. Just lays off a nice little ball there, pulls off into space, or pulls the defender out into space. Melvin's there, and Melvin just... He has a finish on him, doesn't he? We've seen a few goals from him this year, just banging them in from the edge of the area. This is Nuri, if the game will hold there long enough for me. You can see there, he should be able just to sit in midfield at this level and just run the game. But he just doesn't seem to manage to do it. We'll give him some praise, because this has been good so far. We might even maybe look to give Melvin a rest here. Do we have someone we can take or bring on for him? Not really, to be honest, not really. Alright, let's bring Spasajevic on and we can drop Boaz back in there. That's fine. Again, another look at Boaz's move, just someone to click on him. You can see there, mentally he's quite good. So, and certainly at this level anyway. So, he's a good player to have. There we go. Oh, it's a penalty. Nuri's going to take it. He's got a penalty taking of 17. Now, as I said, he has missed a few, but he's scored most of them. This would obviously wrap it up with 3 minutes. It's already wrapped up, essentially. But with 3 minutes to go, this would do the trick. Nuri sneaks it in. Only just sneaks it in. But... it's there, isn't it? There we go, 3-0, 5-2 in aggregate. That is job done as far as we're concerned. A much, much better second half from us. And it wasn't a bad penalty, was it? No keeper at this level is going to save that. If you tuck him in the corner, you'll be very unlucky not to be running away celebrating. So there we go. We go into the Interzone semi-final now. I don't know who we're going to play against. I don't think it's Middle Eastern teams. I think it's sort of other teams from other parts of sort of Eastern Asia or Central Asia, but I don't know for sure. But look at that. That's 15 shots to their 3, 7 on target. That's how you win a game, boys. I'm just going to say well done. So there we go. Bali United triumph over Protectors in the second leg. We're into the Interzone. We've got a little bit of money in the bank, which is nice. A lot more money in the bank, which is even more nice. Pacheco leads us to victory. He had a decent game defensively there too, didn't he? 87% of headers won, 2 key headers. One of those may be the goal, but I don't know if that's considered a key header or not. If we look at the finances with that extra money in the bank, we're going in the wrong direction, but we did get a lot of sponsorship money. What did we get in sponsorship money this year? Does it say the total? General? No, but you can see there, like, it adds up very quickly. We were well over £1 million, I think, in sponsorship, which is very, very nice. Yeah, just over £1 million, which at this level is a lot of money in sponsorship. So that I'm not too worried about that. We have a big stadium as well, which we can fill out. So things are looking okay on that front. But guys, wait right there. We're up against Persebaya now in the league. Can we take another step towards that league title? Okay, welcome back. Now, annoyingly, we have lost 3 players for just over a month to the Indonesian under-23s for the Asian Football Games tournament. So we've lost Ricky Farajan, our left-back, first-choice left-back. We've lost Adsit, of course, our first-choice right-back. And perhaps most annoyingly of all, we've lost Hadriadi, just basically the star of our team, essentially. So that's not ideal, and especially for a month, but you can see a lot of other teams are in the same boat. There's a lot of good young players that are out missing. I might have a quick scout of some of the other guys there and see if there's anybody there for us, but Not exactly what we needed at this time of the season, I would suggest. But here we go. We are the favourites for this game. We are at home. You can see, though, Persebaya, I think that's how you pronounce that, they are in strong form themselves. So it's not going to be an easy game. We're up against here an adventurous, direct team. Never easy to come up against them, I would imagine, those sorts of teams. Let's have a look at what we're doing here, formation and team-wise. So it's Remus in goal. It's Enga Putra, it's Kayo, Pacheco, and Letsinen as the back four. Sasu comes in to play the deep-lying playmaker role with Saswanto and Batcham in midfield. Lillipally has to go on the right because Maliafeni is match-fatigued. He's on the bench if we need him, but ideally we'll rest him for this one. Kayami, first look at him on the channel, against his, of course, former club. This is who we signed him from. And Boaz goes up top, again, mostly because Spasajevic is match-fatigued. He'll have to go in the next one. So they're coming out in the 4-4-2. I did toy with the idea, because we looked pretty good against home playing with the number 10 against the 4-4-2. But if they're direct, I just think maybe we take defense first, and also we'll stick with the DM. Do it for the fans. Let's give the fans what they're expecting. All right, we'll go with the assistant on that one. Some calm, we have faith, and let's hope for another. More goals would be good, wouldn't it? Some more goals, please, boys. I'm really hoping for a big performance from Kayami against his former club. You could see in the cup game, he set up a couple of nice goals. He's looked good so far when we've played him. I think definitely a step up from Hamdi. Hamdi's on the bench as well, so we're not completely free of him yet. Mainly that's due to international call-ups. But yeah, I'm expecting big things from him. Lillipally on the right, we've never seen him out there before, but he's a really good dribbler. He's got dribbling of 13, which again at this level is good. We're trying Boaz as a deep lying forward as well, you may have noticed, just to see if he can drop in. Oh, that's risky. See if he can drop in and maybe play in some others around him. So a little bit of experimentation going on here as well, but we've got to kind of try and find different ways to play depending on the players available to us. So hopefully some of this will work out. This sort of estimated risks, I guess. Calculated risks, that's the word I'm looking for. I think it'll work, but obviously you never know until you try it. Here we go with Lillipally. Turns into a bit of space. Good ball out there for the fullback getting forward. Put Drug in there for Kayami. Oh, rolls it back. What is Batcham doing? It was wonderful stuff until the key moment, and Batcham has just sent it flying over the bar. Alright, we go again. Letsinen for Sasu. In for Batcham. You owe us a goal here, mate, because that was absolutely on a silver platter for you. Lillipally, oh, he's run into trouble. That's not ideal. He can play out there, as you saw. He's not particularly natural. Siswanto's been knocked off the ball there, and just start to get a little bit concerned here. Can we get a block in on the cross? We can't. There's someone in the middle. Pacheco's there. Too much space. Too much space. And they can find the back of the net. We should be 1-0 up, and instead we find ourselves 1-0 down, which is frustrating to say the least. Let's go attacking. I don't think I even clicked that in time. I don't even know there's too much more. Somebody needed to maybe batch him again, but he's a more attacking midfielder. One of the two midfielders just had to be sitting on it just that little bit deeper, didn't they? Be a little bit more aware of what was going on around them. Let's go attacking now. We've got more work to do defensively here. And from being 1-0 up, are we going to find ourselves 2-0 down? Oh, they've had just as bad a miss. We'll call it even then, boys. It should be, it probably should be 1-1. PS Tier is just taking the lead. I think that was against PSM. So that's, what's that, second versus third. And suddenly we don't look a good team. We look really, really poor. We have not reacted well to going behind. Let's give it a concentrate. We're looking nervous, which isn't ideal. Yeah, this has taken a turn, this game, hasn't it? Show some passion, boys. Let's wait and see what happens. Lillipally, oh, hits the crossbar. Yeah, so PS Tira is playing PSM, so that's second versus third. Ideally, that would have ended up as a draw. It doesn't look like that's going to happen now. We just need to worry about ourselves here, though, don't we? Batcham, I don't want to look at you right now, mate. I'm still angry at that miss. Come on. Can we get a tackle in here somewhere? Doesn't look like we can. I'm wondering, do we go with the number 10 and close the lines up a little bit for the second half? Hopefully we can just get out of this. It's 20 odd seconds to go. It's a horrible time to concede. It's got a little bit too much space out there, that guy. We might need to go and tell him to close it down, and we have gone behind a second goal. And it was going so well that half, and I tell you what, we don't have much steel about us, do we? Because we had that bad miss, we conceded a goal relatively quickly, and then we've not looked the same team since. I won't say anything to them. I'll just wait to get them in at half time and have a bit of a scream at them, I think. And It's been an even game, isn't it? It's just been one of those so far that we seem to have in us. Was it? Do I try and be positive? I think I'll say unlucky. We've got a little bit of a reaction out of them, and I think we will change the formation. I think. Is it that one? No, this one. So we'll just switch things around here. You know what, guys? I'll edit this out and we'll come back and show you. Okay, so here we go. So with this, it's basically the same players. We're just moving things around a little bit. We are going to sit deeper, though. Obviously, it leaves our back four a little bit exposed, but if they're a direct team, I want to try and put some pressure on them while they're, not let them just sort of pass out from the back. So we'll see how this goes. We'll go back to positive as well, just to kind of get an idea of how it's going to go. We'll give it a get creative, and just see what sort of reaction we get from people here. All right, come on. Be a good time to score, boys. Siswanto. He does have a defense-splitting pass in his armour. There's a ball for Lillipally. Brings it down nicely. Oh, it's not the classic. It's not the classic. It's Lillipally's second of the season, though. We will take it way back into the game nice and early on here, which is exactly what we needed. We'll demand more. It was a decent ball in. Lillipally's done well there. And this, it's scrambled, isn't it? It's not a classic, but as I said, a goal is a goal. They don't draw pictures on the scoreboard. They just put numbers up, and there's a number one next to us now, which wasn't there before, and that's the main thing. That's got them focused. Let's go attacking now. Let's see if we can kick them on a little bit here. Come on, boys. Show some passion. From the corner. Where's Pacheco? Ball in. It's Caio. It's there. It's bounced, and it is Pacheco. I tell you what, we've had a little bit of luck with those two goals, haven't we? But we've got ourselves back in the game very, very quickly here. 20-odd minutes into the second half. We've turned it around completely. Well, not completely, but good first up header. Decent save, and that's just... I don't think Pacheco knew anything about that, if I'm honest. We'll give it another demand more and see where that takes us now. It's kind of a stick or twist kind of moment here. Don't do this, boys. Come on, keep your heads. Keep your heads. Keep your heads. Oh, it's offside. I'll tell you what. We have had some stunning misses this game, haven't we? How are we not behind in this one? Here we go with Lillipally. Can we hit them on the break? It's a decent ball. It's too big for Batcham, but we've got men in the middle. If he can get a little bit of quality, he can't. And he just stands there. Batcham, you're off, mate. Honestly, you've really annoyed me there. You've really, really annoyed me. So we'll do that. Don't just stand there and look at your pass. If we go behind now, I just might lose it. Don't do it, boys. Oh, you've got to love lower league football, don't you? All right, here we go with Kayami. Come on, mate. Up against your... Oh, that's stunning. That's absolutely stunning. Here we go with Spastajevic. It's Spastajevic. Oh, there it is. It is 3-2. We've completed the comeback, and now we just need to make sure we don't do anything stupid here, and we keep this run going. Let's tell him to concentrate. Look at this from Kayami. Yay! Put the guy on his backside. Nice ball to find Spastajevic. And Spastajevic, welcome back to the score sheet, mate. It's been a little while, but 11th goal of the year for him now. And what an assist by Ricky Kayami. He's looking a decent signing for us already, isn't he? Do we now... I've got cat hairs up my nose again. Do we now look to sit back a little bit? We should probably just start and try and wind it down a touch, shouldn't we? So we'll do that. We'll get back onto it. Oh, come on. I don't trust us from set pieces. That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. So we'll just undo all of that because, reasons. Let's try raising our tempo a little bit, maybe. And let's maybe exploit the flanks. We've looked okay when we try to get down the sides of them, haven't we? I tell you what, you do work on defending set pieces time and time again in training, and we still do not look like we have a clue. What? Where? I don't know. There's only one man there to mark for a start. Come on, boys, show some passion. Show us what you got. Come on. Oh, don't do this. If this is what you got, I don't want to see it. Oh my God, what are we doing? Where? Oh, what? Oh. Honestly, it's enough to make you just want to smash your computer and never play the game again, isn't it? Boys, come on. What is that? We're going to have to do more work on defending set pieces. It drops us down to second in the league. We'll tell them to push forward. It was all looking so good, and yeah, I mean, you can't really blame the keeper for that. It's a little bit unlucky in some ways, but I tell you what, the two goals that got us back into it, we can't really complain about luck, can we? All right, come on, boys. Come on, Caio. Out there for Putra. We can blame international call-ups, I suppose, as well, can't we? Can we get to a second ball there? No, we cannot. I'm wondering if it's worth bringing Maliafeni on, but it's probably not really, is it, at this point? We'll keep him fresh for the next one. Oh, Remus with a decent save. Still time to go here, but I don't see it happening. A minute to go. This could be the end. Siswanto, show us one of your passes, mate. That's a decent ball there for Spasajevic. For Lily Pally, who's been not too great this game, has he really? Siswanto, there's a good ball for the overlapping fullback. Engaputra, can he get a bit of quality in? No, he can't. And this is looking increasingly like an end-of-game highlight. 25 seconds to go. Get it in the box, boys. Get it in the box. It's Kayami. He had that one moment, didn't he? He's looked okay. Decent ball in. It's straight at the keeper, though. It wasn't a good ball at all. I thought it was going to bend in towards the back post, but it was just a lofted hack. It was an up and under in the spirit of the Rugby World Cup, really, wasn't it? And that is going to be that. We've lost the game at home that we should have won. Or should we? Maybe we shouldn't have. I mean, we defended poorly. We got ourselves into a decent position. The guys that came in at fullback didn't cover themselves in glory, but I mean that's our team for the next month. They're just going to have to be better than that. That was a game you should be winning, though, boys. So there we go. We lose top spot, which is annoying. I mean, it was a home game as well, which it's not ideal, is it? It's really not ideal. But if we look at the league table, we're joint top. It's a goal difference thing. We do still have that game in hand against PSM. So hopefully we'll get at least a point against them, go back to the top of the table. We're still in the title race. Let me know what you think in the comments. I feel like that was a game we should have won. We got ourselves back into it, and, you know, before I even forget now, let's just do a week worth of defensive set-piece training, because it was just horrible. You don't deserve a rest, boys. We're doing set-piece training. So we need to do one on corners, and I tell you what, let's do one over here on free kicks. You will notice there, we've got our opponents for the next round of the thing, and that's who we'll be back against next time. It is against the Indian team. Miku concerns me because he is a Venezuelan that I've heard of, and he looks like he could be quite good. So that could be a problem for our defense if we defend like that. That was our two best centre backs too in that game. So that'll be next episode. We'll come back for Burrito Putra and for the first leg of the Interzone semi-final. Yeah, and we'll just kind of see how we go from there. And then, of course, we can do the second leg and our derby against Mitra Kuka. So that's all for next time, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed that. Certainly the Home United game. I guess that was the important one, really, wasn't it, to win? And we've done the job there. So thank you so much for watching. Open Aussie Ville. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care.